9th is 2. 10th is 3.
11th is 4. 12th is 5. 1st is 6. 2nd is 7. 3rd.
Exactly. Okay, you said 3rd before because you heard someone else, but now you understand how it got there. And that's important. So, Upapada, same rule, all the same exceptions, but it's 12th house. Okay. So, your Virgo is your ascendant. 12th house is lorded by Leo. Where's the sun going? The sun's in the 12th.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, same rule means we go 10th from it. Because where with Aruda Lagna it can't be in the 1st or 7th, with Upapada it can't be in the 12th or 6th. Because that's the 1st or 7th from the 12th.
Does it mean something to have both of those like that? Would you ask? There's no rule about
Does it mean something that
There
they're
is
both in that
No.
house?
Yeah.
The Lord is in the house. The planet is in the house.
It's good for your Mercury, it's not good for your Sun because it's 12th house. Sun doesn't like the 12th house. But at least it's its own sign, which is good.
But it's MCS there, right?
Exactly.
That's no good.
Exactly.
But if both of them are like that, is there some kind of rule about that? No?
Not yet.
See, it seems like there's a rule about everything.
Almost everything. Okay, Antoine. So your Gemini ascendant, so that makes your 12th house ruled by Taurus. Taurus is lorded by Venus. Venus is where in your chart?
Venus.
Look over his shoulder, Mo. Make sure he gets it right. 9th house, you sure? 100%? Can you just double check, Mo?
I can't see.
Show me your chart. So
With your Venus? Yes, the 9th house.
9th house. Okay. So from the 12th, that's how many houses?
9.
From the 12th.
Oh.
It's 9th from the
10,
1st.
10.
It's 10. So we count 10 more.
7.
Inclusive count.
10. Oh, that's the 6.
6th house. Can it be in the 6th?
Can it be in the 6?
You count 10 from
Can't be in the 12th or the 6th. So that means we count 10 from there.
Oh, it's in the same.
3rd again.
Huh?
3rd.
Yeah, falls in the 3rd.
They're together.
With the AO?
Yeah.
So in your chart, when you look at it, you have the AL and the UL together. Do you have a copy of your chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. See if you have the AL and the UL
Well,
together.
my Mercury is in the 9th house,
Yeah, but hold on.
combust with the sun.
I have this chart actually. Like,
1, 2,
Sure.
3.
I have Ketu
Yeah,
and
four.
Saturn in the A.
You get from this chart?
Yeah, but your UL is in the 3rd, right? That's what we're trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the 3rd.
Okay, we're ready to do yours? Come on, Upapada time. So your 12th, we did yours.
But I don't understand. Okay, so you can't, if it's not, if it's in the 12th or the 6th, it can't, you can't use.
Same, well, just remember the Aruda Lagna rule. With Aruda Lagna, it can't be in the 1st or 7th.
Right,
It can't be in where the house it's counting from or its opposite.
right.
So we take the 10th from wherever it lands.
So I take the 10th from the 12th.
10th from the 12th. Well, if we actually wanted to count, if we wanted to do the actual math, we could say the sun has moved one house. And so inclusive counting. It's not moving 1, 2. It's just 1. And then we go again, 1. And it can't be 1, so then we go 10. Okay, I'll do it differently.
Okay.
Say it's gone 12.
Yeah.
So we count 12 again. And it's back to where it is.
Right. But you can't, it can't be backward.
Okay. So then we take it 10th from.
Which would make it in line.
Exactly.
Scorpio in that.
Oh my gosh.
So
Antoine is a Scorpio Lagna,
He's
not a
Scorpio
Gemini.
Lagna.
his Mercury is
It is
not
a nine.
1st or in the 8th house.
He's not Scorpio Lagna.
Why not? What happened?
wrong chart.
Yeah.
July 16th.
That's
Is that
right.
time right?
6:23.
So you're Scorpio Lagna.
That's what he
His Mercury might be a little cursed in the bumps actually. It's in the 8th and it's got Saturn.
Oh,
aspect
it's
8th.
in Gemini. That's where the Mercury energy
No,
comes
it
in.
isn't. Gemini isn't.
Mercury
Mercury is
is
not
not.
Gemini.
No, no, no. The curse is in Gemini.
Why? There's no beneficence
It's
in
Saturn
Gemini.
and Ketu.
Saturn and Ketu are there. It's
Are
it's
causing
Pasasha Yoga of
Oh,
that.
Mercury.
But it's not like a curse of a benefic. Okay.
But
It's
Alright.
is that curse on a sign or something?
Pistachio.
curse of a doctor.
Oh. Pistachio yoga.
Pasasha, yeah. Okay, so from his chart,
That's how I remember.
Scorpio.
Pistachio.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not understanding.
If it's
How can it be
right.
a curse? There's no planet there.
Do I come
Yeah,
across
it's,
as Mars?
it's just a bad combination.
It's a bad
He's
combination.
calling it a curse, but it's not.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not the curse like we
Two
think.
Lagna
Okay,
lines.
okay.
It's Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpio's
So
Lagna.
And so if we utilize Mars, because you see the thing is you have two Aruda Lagnas.
Yeah.
Because we have Mercury, I mean we have, for Scorpio we have, let's do Mars first.
Okay.
Mars is in the 5th house.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2.
You need a pointer.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
1. See, we count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Mars Aruda Lagna is here. And we have Ketu Aruda Lagna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we go again, 8 from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's how we get that Aruda Lagna back.
It's a stronger one because it's the
Yeah,
other one's
Lagna.
debilitated.
According to Jehora, this has 2 planets here and this has 1. So he's utilizing this.
I got you.
I don't follow that rule.
Oh.
What would you say?
I follow the rule that the Aruda, one Aruda Lagna is here and one Aruda Lagna is here. This Aruda Lagna has 3 planets and this one has 2. So this one is going to get more results. So I would use this Aruda Lagna.
But they both will give results. One will give
Narsimha
more.
is doing a calculation where the Lord, you're seeing which Lord is stronger. I do a calculation where I see which actual Aruda Lagna is stronger. But the bottom line is it stays in the same axis, so it's not going to change very much. But let's look at his Upapada. So his 12th house is Libra, okay? And which the Lord is Venus. Venus has gone to the 9th house. So the 9th house.
Oh,
Venus.
but from the 12th.
Yeah, it's gone to the 10th house, 9th house from Lagna. It's moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the 12th house. If we counted again 10, we'd end up in the 6. We can't be there. So we go 10th from here, which ends us up in the 3rd.
So the year.
Okay?
So recurring that.
We'll do one more charge. Throw up James.
Why do you count 10 twice?
We didn't, because it ended up in the
In
6th
12th
house.
or the 6th.
In the 1st or in the 12th or the 6th for Upapada.
Can't be in there.
What does that Pasacha yoga in the 8th house do?
8th house? You should know about the 8th house. What's the 8th house the house of?
Longevity,
Longevity and death
death,
from your past life.
disease,
Disease, health problems.
health, all kinds of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would cause problems in all those areas.
I
But
think they went close.
the thing is, what's the specific signification of Saturn and Ketu together?
Well, let's try and stay on topic for the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and then go into it. Okay. So Jane, her Aruda Lagna. Let's calculate real fast. Maybe it's better if I stay on this side. Yeah.
6 away, Mercury's.
You guys see okay? Now it's hard for you guys to
It's
see.
okay, no, just go, because
Okay.
I can't see.
So let's do Aruda Lagna first. So it's Virgo Lagna, right? So what planet are we looking for? Mercury. Mercury's in the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we count 6 inclusive from there. See, that's Mercury? Again, we go 1. Where it is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can it be here?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the Aruda Lagna. So for her Upapada Lagna, 12th house, it's Leo, lorded by
The sun.
Sun. So sun is placed.
6 away.
It's again. It's in the 6th house. But where is it from the 12th house? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we again count 7, and we end up in the 12th house. Can we go in the 12th? We can't be in the 12th house, right?
So 10 from there.
So we count 10 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we see her Upapadas in Taurus,
In the 9th house.
in the 9th house.
But okay, so even though she doesn't have a ruler of the 12th house in the 12th house like I do, it's still because you ended up there because
If for some reason it's here or here,
the 12th or 6th. Okay, right. Okay.
yeah, then if it falls into those places, then we have to go 10th from there.
Okay.
And the rule is, we'll actually work it out. So if it's if it was there, we would actually be going 10th from there, which would make it into the 10th house, into the 9th house, right? Let's do it for a Ruda Lagna, because the same rule applies from a Ruda Lagna to Upapada. We just changed the house.
You count 10 always for AL or UL.
Watch the. So, and we taught this, but it was probably over your head at that period of time. But now it's able to sink in. So let's just use these 2 houses, okay, for a Ruda Lagna. If the planet was here, then a Ruda Lagna we'd go, so let's say it's Virgo Lagna. Let's say Mercury was here. How many houses has it gone? 1. So we count 1 house from there. 1. So we didn't go anywhere. So we go 10th from there, and we go to the 10th house. Okay, now watch what happens. If Mercury was in the 7th house, and we counted 7, and we went 7 from there, which takes us back to here. So it can't be in the 1st, so we end up into the 10th. But now watch this. If Mercury was in the 4th house, what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end up in the 7th house. We can't be there, can we? So we go 10th from there, 7, 8, 9, 10. We end up in the 4th house.
It's going to be 4th or 10th then.
Follow? Yeah, but we went 10th from.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but look, if Mercury was in the 10th house, then it's 10, right? And if we count 10 from the 10th house, it goes to the 7th house.
But it can't be.
Can't be in the 7th house, so we go 10th from there,
Good.
ends up in the 4th house. So if the Lagna is in you can memorize the big rule or you memorize the fundamental. If the Lagna Lord has gone to the 1st or 7th, then the Aruda Lagna is in the 10th. If it's gone to the 10th or 4th, then it's in the 4th.
Okay.
Or you can just remember that it's 10th from wherever you calculate from.
But it's an angle. I mean, like it's an angle rule.
Yeah.
Or like, I
Yeah.
don't know what you call it. What do you call it?
Yeah, Kendras.
The Kendra.
Because this is about moon, and moon is connected to the angles,
Oh.
where
So-
sun is connected to trines. You know, sun and the moon are the male and the female. So the male is in charge of trines, and the female is in charge of kendras. And only the ascendant is both, which is you. Both the male and the female together. Every other bit of your life is, going in one duality or the other. You are the only place of the unduality. Okay?
I think it was Hart that says, when you do a DK yoga, Dharma Kama Adhipat yoga, you're combining Saraswati and Vishnu.
No, that's not heart. That's Parashara.
Okay, Parashara says that. I got that from his book. But anyway, he has Vishnu, the male.
But it's very important to note, did Parashara say it or did Harihara say it? Hart didn't say it. Sanjay didn't say it. No modern person said it. We have to really, know the correct sources for these things.
Right.
And Parashara clearly says Vishnu Sthanas and Lakshmi Sthanas.
But he has the Parashara, in that case, it was Saraswati were the Trians and Vishnu were the Kendras. So kind of the male-female is reversed.
They're still, it's sun moon. They're still the same there.
That's more, right, okay. That's,
Sun is associated with the trines. Moon is associated with Kendras.
Why?
Kendras from Moon are most powerful.
And
It's
trines-
nature.
And trines from sun.
But the trends
And-
in the Dharma houses
And
too.
we wanted to go in the Upapada. I'll just break I'll break down why. I'll break down why Kendra is from Moon. Okay. When the Moon is in the ascendant or the 7th, it becomes high tides. 4th or the 10th, it becomes low tide.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, the Moon and its gravitational pull on the Earth, the extremes are based on the Kendras. So it's purely, astronomical reality. All Jyotish does is transcribe into mathematical calculations that which is naturally there in nature. All this stuff is it's naturally there. When planets come too close to the sun, they become combust because you can't see them. So it's not just a rule. It's something that's actually there and visible.
So would you say that the moon is stronger in the Kendras and the sun is stronger in the triads for that reason?
It's not like that. It's a little different. From the Moon, the Kendras are more important.
Oh, it's things from the moon. Planets from Kendra from the moon.
Exactly. So when we're looking at from the sun, trines become more important.
Okay. It's from the
Now, from between Aruda Lagna and Atmakaraka, which one is connected to the moon and which one is connected to the sun?
Ruda Lagna's moon.
Aruda Lagna's moon. So guess what's most important from Aruda Lagna?
Kendra.
Kendras.
Kendras, okay.
Guess what's most important from Atmakaraka?
Triads, yeah, that makes sense.
Why is
Okay.
Moon connected to the Aruda Lagna?
Moon is the Karaka for Aruda Lagna.
But why?
Aruda Lagna is how people perceive you. It's your role in society.
Mm.
It's your social interaction. That's Moon. It's how you're perceived. The Moon is that which is the mind, which is what intakes the perceptions. Okay, so all Arudas are connected to the Moon. All Charkarikas are connected to the Sun. The Charkarikas are all representing Atmas. So your Matrikarka is giving you insight to your mother's soul. And the connection between the Matrikarka and the Atmakarka is showing your soul's connection to your mother. Where the connection between your Aruda Lagna to your A4 is just showing how you and your mom interact on a social level. So you went out to dinner together, or there was somebody in the family got married and you're there. How are you and your mother interacting at that level? That's Aruda Lagna and A4. It's a very superficial level, which is moon based. Where how do you and your mom, or have spent lives together and have a deep soul connection that we see on a Charkaraka level. Sun. Make sense?
When you're talking about trine,
Yeah. Change the next track.
okay.
Okay.
You don't do trines between planets.
Yeah, but that's different.
Is it really different, or is it?
Whole different reality. Yeah. That's for aspects and things of that nature. But right now what we're talking about is, so your Aruda Lagna is which house?
The
10th house.
right, yeah.
So that means that the 10, 1, 4, and 7, those angles from there become very important for how people perceive you.
Those are the kindred.
Those are natural kendras. But now we have Antoine's chart, and his Aruda Lagna's in the 3rd house. So the kendras from there are the 3rd, the 9th, the 12th, and the 6th. So those houses become very important for how people perceive him. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is what houses are becoming important for how he's perceived in life.
And if somebody else really had a 5, it would be 5. What would be the other one? So
If
he's 3, 6, 9, 12.
well, if somebody has, anybody here have 5th house Aruda Lagna? Okay, so for 5th house Aruda Lagna, what are the kendras to it?
8th, 11th, 2nd, and 5th.
So there's three steps.
Yeah.
There's only three possibilities.
Mm-hmm. 3 kendras, 4 trines. Kendras are 4.
Yeah.
So there's 12 houses total.
Yeah.
So when we have kendras, there's 4 kendras.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only 3 possible variations to make 12. Where with trines, we have 3. So there's 4 possible trines to make 12.
Is it like the modalities though? Because I mean, is it,
Modalities.
well, the modality it's like cardinal or maybe called charkara,
Mhm.
like mutable. So is it? Can you just do it like that?
You can do it like that.
I mean, the 3, 9, 12. That's
Mhm.
that's a mutable, right? I mean, yeah.
If you want to look at it that way, we could say, okay, you ready?
Mhm.
So, I didn't want to go into this, but from the sun, when we look at trines, I said trines are most important, right?
Yeah.
What is in trines?
2.
Elements. You
Yeah.
have the fire trines.
Right.
You have earth trines.
Right.
So for the sun, the elements are more important. The elements working together. Trines.
From the sun.
From the sun. From the sun, trines are most important. Right? So from the sun, the elemental relation is most important. Where, when we get to kendras, quadrants, it's we don't have the same element. Instead, what we have is they're all movable.
It's yeah.
Okay, but what do we call that? We call that the guna.
The what?
Guna.
How do you say it?
G-U-N-A.
The guna. Oh.
The guna.
The guna is
Mhm.
the guna is my God. I just said it. I'm just trying to make it translation.
Well, there's 2. You see, the thing is the movable signs,
Yeah.
or what are they? Cardinal signs.
Yeah.
I have to switch into Western language.
Yeah.
Cardinal signs, which are called chara,
Yeah.
are rajas.
Yeah.
The
are
fixed signs,
Yeah.
which are called stira, are tamas. And the dual signs, or mutable, what do they call them?
What are they?
Dual, mutable?
Mutable.
We call them
Gemini
dvishvabhava.
Gemini, Sag.
We
Dvishvabhava.
call them mutable.
Mutable. So the mutable signs, or dvishvabhava, are sattvic signs. So those are gunas.
Yeah.
Now, the gunas affect the mind.
Okay, so the gunas are the modality.
This is very important. The gunas affect the mind. This is like a straight dictum. According to Charak Samhita, he says, for the physical body, we have 3 doshas of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. For the mind, we have 2 doshas, which is Rajas and Tamas. So for the mind, the gunas are important. That's health. It's not a sickness.
And the 3 doshas from Ayurveda are for the
Vata,
body?
Pitta, and Kapha. For
That's
the
body.
body. From the mind, it's just Rajas and Tamas. Because Sattva is healthy. It's not a problem. The bottom line is, it's the gunas that are affecting the mind. They're the balance or imbalance of the mind. The moon is the mind. Okay? Where the sun is our physical, it's on one level it's our atma, on another level it's our physical health and being. It's the karaka for the ascendant. So the physical elements are what become important.
One question.
Okay.
Okay, and sorry, but with the there's the element. Okay, so the way that I see the relationship between the elements and the gunas, from my Western perspective, is that you've got earth, right? But the gunas break that down into what kind of earth? Like, is it a heavy Taurus earth? Is it a Virgo earth? Is it
Well,
the same thing, or is it?
you have a Rajas earth, you have a Tamas earth, and you have a Sattva earth.
Okay, so it is like it gives you deeper information about the elements.
But when we're looking at from sun-related things, those elements become important.
Yes, but it's almost like the elements are grosser, like I mean, it's the elements like it's earth, air, fire, water. It's like it's easier to understand, and then with the gunas, it's like you get more precise and fine, and you develop a closer relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm.
Yeah, that's correct. But now taking that concept next level.
Okay.
When we're looking at the moon,
Yeah.
the moon is our mind.
Yeah.
And what did we say affects the minds?
The gunas.
The gunas. So which houses from the moon become important? If your moon, what sign is your moon in? Capricorn. What guna is that? Cardinal, right?
Hmm?
Cardinal. It's Rajas.
How do you say charaka?
Chara.
Charaka. It's like
Chara. Just chara. Chara. And chara is Rajas. So that means the Rajas houses become important. The Rajas signs. Because your moon is Rajas. So it's caring about the other Rajas. So other things that are Rajas are going to support your mind.
And are the Rajas houses, they're
Signs, sorry.
So the Rajas
All the chara signs. All the cardinal signs.
Capricorn, Cancer, and
Because they're all Rajas. So they're all just like your mind. So they're all working with your mind.
Right.
Supporting it.
okay.
Supporting your moon.
So they like support my chart as well.
They support your moon.
Nice.
A Ruda Lagna is just like the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So from a Ruda Lagna, your Ruda Lagna is in which sign?
My original Lagna is in which sign? Gemini?
Gemini. And Gemini is mutable, which is Sattva. So that means the other Sattvic signs are going to be supporting your Ruda Lagna. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah, but okay, I'm just gonna
Okay, but that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It
Okay, so the Aruda Lagna is like the moon. So we use the same rules. Now let's look at the Karakamsha. You know what the Karakamsha is? Karakamsha? Karakamsha? Atmakarka and the Navamsha. The Atmakarka is your soul, so it's the Atma, sun. We take it into the Navamsha, and what houses from the Karakamsha become most important? So look at who's your Atmakarka?
The moon.
The moon.
Yeah.
So which sign is the moon in the Navamsha?
Virgo.
Virgo. So Virgo is what element?
Earth.
Earth. So the other earth signs become very important for that Karakamsha. What the soul wants to do in the life is based on those earth signs. Okay? Because it's a sun-based signification, we use sun-based rules.
So when I look at the D9 or the Navamsa chart, I look at the earth trine.
From your Karakamsha to see what your soul, your Karakamsha, your moon in the Navamsha.
Okay.
Your Atmakarka in the Navamsha. So that's showing us what your soul wants to get out of this life.
I look at those three houses.
Those three houses.
And that gives me information.
And that gives you information. But why those three houses? Because the soul is like the sun. And the trines are what the sun cares about. But from a Ruda Lagna, it's the moon. And it's the kendras that the moon cares about.
But when you say supportive, you mean whatever planets are in those houses
is what your soul wants in this life.
Whatever aspects those planets are making. Like the story that's being told in those three houses is what
your soul wants in this life.
What my soul wants in this life. So if it's a challenging piece, then my soul wants challenging things. If it's a harmonious piece, my soul wants, and it's a mix of both. And
Yep.
Cool.
But do you see, so trines and kendras. So sun is connected to trines. The trines, anything that's sun-based, the trines become important from. Anything that's moon-based, the kendras become important from. And so Ruda Lagna is connected to the moon. And when we looked at the calculation, you were like, but that's all quadrants. It's 1 or 7, 4 or 10. They become so important because it's an Aruda connected to the moon. Okay. You get that, Mo?
Yeah, it's all making a lot of sense.
It makes, right? It's
I'm
like,
actually understanding this, yeah.
it's
Makes a lot
like,
of sense.
so everything makes sense like that.
Yeah,
Once we understand the fundamental principle behind it all.
Is the AL as important in the D9 as it is in the? It is. I'm sure you're gonna say.
This wasn't where we're supposed to go today.
You know, every time we
keep
want to
on
do
resisting you, Al.
every
so
time
we keep
we do
stopping.
Upapada, we have obstacles, but I
I know,
really
too.
want to do the Upapada.
Yeah. But just make a quick note on Aruda Lagna and Navamsha. There's two.
There's two Aruda Lagnas in Navamsha, and everybody's Navamsha?
Yeah.
Two images.
No. See, where's your Aruda Lagna? What's the Aruda Lagna in your chart?
In the D9?
In your Rashi.
It's in the 11th in Taurus.
No, actually, I'll go the other way. So go to your looking at the D9.
Okay.
The Lagna is
Libra.
Libra. So Venus has gone where?
In the 4th house in Capricorn.
So that means that the Aruda Lagna's which house?
There.
It's gone to the 4th?
Yeah.
Means it's in the 4th.
Yeah.
Right? So according to the Navamsha Lagna, the Aruda Lagna is in the 4th. But is that you? Or is that your spouse? Or is that your skills? D9 is where we look to see the spouse and skills, right? So is the Aruda Lagna you?
Yeah, but for your spouse, you look at the 7th house as Lagna, right?
Yeah, but it shows the whole marriage reality.
No, you look
Whole
at
marriage
the
karma.
first house in the D9, isn't it? For spouse.
No, the spouse
More
is
the
Lagna.
seventh,
It's
seventh.
the
Spouse,
seventh,
spouse
right?
is
Correct.
Lagna, and you're the... You
But
would be
it's the
seventh.
chart that we look at spouse.
Right, but from the 7th house, not from Lagna. Right?
I agree.
So it's from the Lagna in the D9. Is there controversy on that?
No
That's
controversy.
skills.
We're not going to go too into
Okay,
it.
okay.
But you see, the thing is,
Let's go back to the
what
image.
is the Aruda Lagna and the Navamsha really representing? You see, in the Rashi, it's definitely representing you, that first house, right? But is the first house, it's actually only representing you relative to that area of life. So it becomes different. But at the same time, so let's go back to your Rashi. Which sign is the Aruda Lagna in?
Taurus.
Taurus. And which degree is your Lagna?
1252.
1252. So that means the Aruda Lagna's degree is 1252.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Using Navamsha calculations, going into Taurus, the first Navamsha of Taurus is what?
Is it an earth sign?
Earth sign?
So the first Navamsha would be Taurus, wouldn't it?
No. In Aries has how many signs in it, Navamshas? Has 9, right?
9, right.
So that means it goes to Sag. So the first Navamsha of Taurus is Capricorn. So that's 320. So 640 is Aquarius to 10 is Pisces. Right?
Okay,
So-
it's Capricorn.
So 10 to 1320 is Aries.
Okay.
So that means that your Aruda Lagna, Sputa, is in Aries in your Navamsha.
Sputa means point?
The point. Taking your Aruda Lagna into the Navamsha, it's in Aries. So which Aruda Lagna are we going to be using? Which one really represents you?
Jay Horan has it in Capricorn.
But that's only that's calculating the Aruda Lagna of the D9, not your Aruda.
Okay, so my Aruda would be in Aries. Okay, we haven't learned this yet.
No,
Yeah,
and
what does that actually mean, though? Moving it.
we're not going into it.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I'll just throw that one at you, so you know, okay?
The Aruda-
Can I ask
So
one
this is-
errant question on the topic, or should we move on?
Go ahead.
If the Atmakarka and if the Karakamsha is the moon, do then Kendras become important, or because the
It's-
Karakarka is still the sun, so it's trines?
Still trines, because it's the Karakamsha.
The Karakamsha is a sign, right? It's
Yeah,
not
it's the
really-
whole sign
well,
and the signs from it. Okay.